Many things were said in ways and manners similar to what we are saying. You know, as Nigerians, we seldom run out of ideas. You know, and I know. Coordinating and translating these ideas to action seems, in my view, that is always
the problem.
Our major problem. And the moment we correct it, the better for us, the better for fatherland. There's no way you can have a neighbor of over 1,000 kilometer land boundary and you are not in amity with that neighbor. You're only looking for the doomsday. We in West Africa were 16 countries. But of the 16 of us, we have the single stretch of largest border with a Sahelian neighbor. That alone has serious national security implications. Whether the form of government or the form of behavior in our neighbor's house contradicts our personal convenience, for our strategic survival, we must be in amity with that neighbor. That's the point I'm making. If you look at the Americans, there are some countries that they are strategic neighbors, even though they are not geographically contiguous. But they are strategic. Like what they used to teach us in ABU in the early 80s, that South Africa was the strategic neighbor of Nigeria during the liberation struggle. Even though we have a distance of over 6,000 kilometers in terms of land connectivity, because our interests and their own, at that time they were struggling, was intertwined. So we consider them to be strategic neighbors, and we have to work with them so that that interest will be achieved. Within the context of ECOWAS, we were the founding fathers. We're having the secretariat here in Asokoro. We are the frontline state in Africa. But as of today, with all truism, are we really the bonding apparatus of ECOWAS ideals now?
At least we cheer it.
I said bonding ideals is different from chairmanship. Bonding ideals is to say, are we really acting in a way to make all the other 15 ECOWAS states to feel subordinated, to feel aligned with us militarily, economically, psychologically, intelligently, or otherwise? We form ECOWAS because we believe that in West Africa, we Nigerians, we have about 60% stake in the human activity, the whole of West Africa. And that is why our earlier founding fathers of our country believed that we should use ECOWAS to advance our national security interest, our national economic interest, our national cultural interest. Have we really maximized it? Now, within that ECOWAS we hold, 4 or 5 cardinal members in the Sahel, they have now backward marched from ECOWAS. This backward march has a lot of implication on us. And part of it is what we are seeing physically now. Traversing terrorists in the Sahel, it must be stopped. And it cannot be stopped in a unilateral manner. We can't act in silos and give effect to securing it. We must have partnership, bilateral, multilateral, ECOWAS platform.
I agree with
Somebody said earlier from Sokoto or elsewhere that in 2017, they came, they retreated, and they came back. That's to say they retreated into the Sahel, and they came back.
I agree with you that it has to stop. But